might think I'm weird now, but I was also weird as a child. Hi, I'm Olivia Squizzle, and this is my favorite childhood game. When I was young, I used to play this game called Six Tornadoes. I played it with my brother and my cousin. We were all very distinctive characters that were like versions of ourselves. We didn't have names. We just had specific powers and stuff. We were basically three immortal teenagers. Like, we were born in like the Stone Age, and then we kind of like teleported / we kind of time traveled / were immortal, and now live in kind of the future. So we're very old, so we're very wise, but we're still in kid bodies. How did we do this time travel thing, you might be asking? Well, my cousin had the Time Rock. That was a stone that you throw, that when you throw it, it opens a portal through time and you walk through, and then you can kind of see what time you want to go to. So we could always go back in time to our laboratory go back in time to our Stone Age laboratory if we needed, to make a health potion or something. But we could also use that to go back in time and fight any of our former villains. My main power was I had a, robot magic finger that could, shoot off like a bullet and could also kind of shapeshift to be like a lock. And I would make this one finger be as powerful as, my brother's actual superpowers. He'd be like, I can shoot fire and lightning! And I'd be like, my finger beats it. We also all had these magical phones that you could drag things and people into from the real world into your phone and then alter them. So it would be like, okay, I see you there, you're my enemy, I'm just going to drag you into my phone and put a skyscraper on your head, then throw you back into the real world and watch you get crushed by a skyscraper. Or it would be stuff like, oh, I'm going to drag you in and give you ugly clothes or something. Normally we didn't use it to a very good potential, but we would use it to just you can just drag people in and customize them. My brother could also summon an army of chickens. We also all had endless pockets. We could put the moon in our pocket. We could put the Empire State Building in our pocket. We were always putting absurd things in our pockets, but they were endless. You could put anything in there. Sometimes we had invincibility suits, but we always had to come up with a reason why we couldn't use them, because it's if we just have invincibility suits, then there's no game because we can't be defeated. So basically all of these characters in the modern day worked in this, weather center. And we had a, stationary bicycle, a workout bike that powered the elevator that sent us to different floors. And it was we were kind of tornado chasers and weathermen in this big building. And there was also a jail that we kept all our villains in that building. There was also a machine that we used to upgrade ourselves, so we would get in the machine and get a new power or in some way upgrade. You could upgrade yourself to be faster, to be stronger or something. So that was another thing we did. But it was we were in this building and we would go up to the top floor on our bike, and then we would look out over everything and track what villains there are to defeat. And there would be a whole different array of villains. Sometimes there would be giants or zombies or aliens or other kind of monsters. And then at the end of the game there would always be 6 tornadoes that would fly in and would have to save the day. Would have to reroute them or send a giant gust of wind for them to be blown away, or would have to go out in the middle of them and box them or something. There was also a lot of scenarios that involved lava and having to escape lava or being trapped in a building that was being filled with lava. Sometimes my other cousin played a mind-controlled princess and we had to kind of free her from this spell. Sometimes another one of my cousins played a wizard, and my other childhood friend played a wizard a lot of the time. so this game existed in so many different facets. It was always this same route of like, we always had our pockets and our phones and our individual powers. And we time traveled and we had the like weather building. Those were like the 5 main facets of it. But sometimes we would like play it in the car where it was like, oh, the bad guys are chasing us and we have to get away. If we had a long car ride, we would do that. Or sometimes we would play it with more people and it's like, oh, and these people are like our other workers at the weather center and like this guy's our intern because we didn't like him that much. Or it's like, oh, these are the random wizards that are helping us. But one of our main reoccurring villains was Mr. O'Hare from the Lorax. Like the kids' film, the Lorax. I was absolutely obsessed with as a child. I watched it almost every day. I watched it with my cousins almost every day. We were obsessed with that movie. So obviously, Dr. O'Hare merged into our world of play. And he was like this main villain that was like literally indestructible. You could not defeat him. He was so powerful, there was no way to defeat him. So what we would do is we would capture him and freeze him in a block of ice. And then whenever we needed a bigger villain to fight, it would just be, oh, O'Hare thawed again. We have to refreeze him. And that was like an ongoing plot. And whether or not we wanted O'Hare didn't have to be there because we could be like, oh, he's frozen right now. But then if we needed another villain, we could be like, he thawed. So we did that a lot. We also would do it where we threw the time rock. We ran through the portal and then the time rock got like taken or something. So we were stuck in like the in-between of all times. So like all of our past villains would like crowd in because we're stuck defenseless in this place where we're not in one timeline or the other. But we would like go back in time and have to fight these old zombies, or like the old zombies would come from the past to the future if we opened the portal. But we played like so many different storylines because it would be like whenever we got like trapped in there and all the monsters were at once, that was like the realm of nightmares or something, I think we called it. So that was like my favorite that was like one of my favorite childhood games, was to do this like play act, very like role play, very like we were in the game. And I've multiple times sort of written out possibilities for a movie or a TV show. I don't know what direction exactly I would go because there were so many different storylines that we did. But I would love to do a movie or a series of movies based on that because there is so much lore and it's so over the top and ridiculous and fun and exciting, and I think it would be really, really awesome to see that brought to the big screen. So like, comment, subscribe, and give me all your money so I can make 6 tornadoes into at least 6 movies, right? 1 for each tornado. Enjoy your day. Don't let the tornadoes get you.